What's going on YouTube? I am Pogiforce. This is my hat. And we have this week on December 1st, 2012, we have our Card of the Week video. Now, I may have forgot to mention this last week in the video, but I'm going to be doing these Card of the Week. Before I get into the actual card, I'm going to be doing these videos in reverse color wheel order. So, the color wheel is light, water, dark, fire, nature. Doing them in reverse color wheel order. Last week I did nature, so this week I'll be doing fire. Hence the red shirt. Fire is the civilization best known for its big finishers and its way to kill a lot of small creatures very quickly. We've got Barrage, we've got Tornado Flame, we've got Comet Missile, all these cards that are out there to fairly cheaply. The only thing we're missing now is Crimson Hammer to kill creatures very quickly if they're small enough. We don't have any really big kill yet. I was going to cover a particular creature that was like a mini Apocalypse Vice, but then I found out that CVH and Earth Power and the gang covered that card already this week, so I thought rather than show you something redundant, I'd pick a different card. Now, I'm trying to focus on Evil Fury because it's the newest set and it's really cool, but there's only so many really interesting fire cards in it. Now, there's a few, but nature and dark and light and pretty much all the other civilizations just seem to get a lot more out of this set than fire did. But fire did get some good cards. And after today's tournament, we had a Kaijudo tournament today. It was a lot of fun, very intense. I'll be posting the finals match from that up after this video goes up. And this card saw a lot of work in that tournament, so I thought it'd be a good idea to cover it. Now, this is a spell, so I'm going to be doing this a bit differently than the last video. That format from the last video where I show you what's good with it, what's bad with it, will probably be exclusively for creatures, because spells don't really have a counter. There's really no way to stop a spell. So, all I have to show you is the card, and I'm going to talk about it. Card of the week this week is Heat Seekers. This is a level 3 fire spell. And it reads, banish target enemy creature that has power 3000 or less. And just because I feel like it, its flavor text is a quote from Ali from the Kaijudo TV show. It reads, everything in fire is way too happy about blowing things up. And that's very true. But this card is great for tempo. It comes out right when you need it at level 3 at 3000 power. It hits so many things that maybe a set or two ago, something like this might not have been all that versatile, but right now, this hits all kinds of things. So, like, the best example is, especially if you're going second, and your opponent on turn 3 plays an Aqua Seneschal or a Razorhide or something like that. Your turn 3, you play mana, you have 3 mana. You can drop, let's say, a Refi, or 3 mana if you're playing them, Jade Monitor, something like that. Blockers, but your opponent might have an answer to that. And then they just remove that, and then they attack through with Aqua Seneschal, and they get a free +1. Or, turn 3, you take the progressive answer, and you go with Heat Seekers. Your third turn, you drop this down, the Aqua Seneschal is gone, it's no longer a threat. Even against more rush-based decks, being able to destroy something turn 3 instead of having to wait for the turn 4 Bone Blades is really useful. And then even still, the slightly buffed, the power cap on it hits things like Screeching Scared Orbital. I call it Squeaking Scared Orbital. The Screeching Squeaky, it hits Razor Kinder Puppet. It hits Gigahorn Charger. It hits like all of these cards that are now getting a lot more play that are 3000 power or less. It also hits the tried and true Refi at 2000 power. It can hit, like, there's so many cards that this card can hit. And at 3 mana, it's very cheap and affordable. If you're at 7 mana, you could play this in a Bone Blades and kill 2 things. You know, it's just a really good card all around. Now, it lacks a trigger function. It's not a blast. Rock Bite is the blast version of this at 4 mana. But if you're trying for control, you already got Bone Blades, Terra Pit, maybe Veil Vortex, maybe Ice Blades. I don't know. But there's so many other triggers that you're probably already playing, or blasts that you're already playing, that sometimes you just need to take the progressive angle and go for something like this. Because if turn 3 that Aqua Seneschal broke a shield, even if you get the Rock Bite, not only did they break a shield, they plussed 1. So you can Rock Bite their Aqua Seneschal, it's okay. He's already done his job. This stops Aqua Seneschal before he lets them draw. So this card's really good. It saw a lot of play today. Shoutouts to CVH. He used this card against me in round 1. And in the semifinals, it puts in a lot of work. It kept my Aqua Seneschals from doing what they were supposed to do. This card puts in a lot of work. It's really good. If you've got room for it in control, I would suggest it. Maybe not in an aggro build, because aggro is more about playing creatures turn 3 than about playing spells. So that's Heat Seekers. Hope you like that. Next week we'll be covering the Darkness Civilization. So I hope you're looking forward to that, like I am. Tomorrow is Kaijudo League, so hopefully we'll have videos up from that. Oh, and speaking of which, after this video I do have, I'm going to say it again, the finals from our Kaijudo tournament today. This was a really intense tournament. Wish we could have recorded more matches. There was a lot of technical difficulties, but we did get the final match between myself and Gorby. So that was a lot of fun. Watch that after this. I am Pogiforce. This is my hat. I'll see you later.